everybody, we're at Powder Mills Park. Daddy's gonna teach us how to fish.
Hey everybody, Captain Ken here. Today we're stopping in at one of the local tackle shops to get some bait so we can go down to Powder Mills Park and show the young kids how to fish that stream. What did we get today at the tackle shop?
Spikes, wax worms, and salted minnows.
We've got the Trout Derby taking place this Saturday, and I want to take a second and introduce you to Dalton to my right and Jason, actually to Dalton's left. So I'm going to turn around and have them give us a rundown of how you can get involved in this tournament this Saturday. It's been a lot of rain, so it's been a little hard to fish right now, but there looks like we're going to have some weather changing over the next few days, and hopefully it will set up nicely.
So we are fish hatchery technicians. We are responsible for taking care of the fish, making sure they're healthy, stocking them into the creek, and operating our opening day fundraiser derby.
The water came up pretty high today, which wasn't great, but we're hoping that by Saturday the water level comes down a little bit and it's more fishable. To enter, you can get in on fishpowdermills.org, or you can actually come to the hatchery and we'll sign you up in person. It's a $5 fee for anybody over the age of 9. Hopefully we get a lot of kids involved this year with it being on a weekend, and yeah, there's already I think over 400 participants. Just hoping the weather decides to cooperate. Time of the derby starts at 7 o'clock. Most people usually get to their spot on Irondequoit Creek usually a little bit before that time, because 7 o'clock it's gonna be crazy. There'll be a lot of people. But yeah, it goes to noon, and there'll be the weigh-in at Grandview this year is the lodge we're holding it at.
If somebody's new to this area, where would you recommend somebody to go and try to find a good spot?
We stock a lot of our fish off of the Woolston Road section of the park near the playground, which is the southern section of the park, and then the northern section of the park off of Park Road, which is somewhat behind us. We do a large area in there as well.
Cool.
So there's two areas that we will be dumping most of our fish in.
So that's where people that want to get out there and have at least a chance of getting into some fish should be heading to.
Yep, the only other thing I would say is a lot of our fish are probably going to hold over in some deeper holes. I would say if you find a better run that's got a deeper pocket, that's probably where a lot of them are going to be hanging out.
Yeah, so these are the largest fish that we have for the purpose of people being able to see them as they're adults. You get a good look at them as adults, and then for our derby we'll stock some of them out. If this fish is caught, it's probably going to be the winner. So these are the largest. They're 4 and 5 years old. Mostly brown trout in here.
How heavy are they?
A lot of these in front of you right now are in the 6 to 8 pound range.
Oh man, on 6 to 8 pound test, that would be insane to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's usually one of these that wins our derby every year.
Are all of these guys going to get put in?
A handful of them, about 7 for our derby.
Between 7 and 10 of them maybe. We only let go so many of them because we only hold on to so many at this age group just because of how much more maintenance and care they are. A lot of the other state facilities don't have any fish over the age of like 2 and 3 years old just because of that aspect.
Then in the rest of the tanks, we have the younger fish. We have a group of 2-year-olds in here. There's about 1,100 in here. We have another set of 2-year-olds on the other side. We also keep 3-year-olds, and then our pond has 10,000 yearlings, and that's going to be the bulk of what we stock as we have higher volumes of the yearlings.
How many are you going to put in, did you say?
So we're going to stock about 6,000 yearlings for the spring, and then we'll save about 2,000 of them for 2-year-olds for the next year.
Oh, wow.
We actually have Atlantic salmon in. These came in for the first time from Adirondack Hatchery. That was, give or take, a handful of months ago. We're going to do this for the first time. It's been a little bit of a project to let them go into Irondequoit and see if they can reestablish. We'll see how it goes. I know it's going to take a bunch of years for bigger fish to return, but yeah, that's the new program that the Region 8 has got going on, and I think we got 4,500 of them in here. But yeah, that's a new thing they're going to try, and we'll see if it takes off or not, and follow their input.
That's pretty exciting, because I know that back in the day, before we all pretty much set up all our dams and everything, that the Atlantics were the original fish. I think that was Seth Green, the first fish hatchery ever in America. He's from Rochester
for a while, and then between environmental factors and everything else, they kind of disappeared. But it seems like the different things that the state's got going on right now, they're starting to get over certain things and trying to get them to reestablish in our area. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for the time. And Jason, Dalton, now that you guys have switched sides, it's been it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you guys, and hopefully you guys have an absolutely killer tournament this Saturday.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We're heading over to the park area of Powder Mills Park, where we're gonna see how the stream is, because it was very high yesterday and very muddy. So we're gonna see if it's cleared up a little and if it's a little bit more fishable. But over by the wall part of the park, that's an area that is normally known for having great fish, that crested yesterday. So they have closed the road off, so we do not have the ability to go over there and check that out. These were Niagara minnows, that were, once they died, Mr. Ron from SNR salts them up. And these are great baits for these trout. So these are some wax worms. And these are spikes. So that's all different sizes will hit this, different things, but it just depends what the fish are in the mood for. There's typically, you want to match the hatch, but a grub also puts off a different scent. And if you go and put, not only can you catch trout on spikes, you can also catch bluegill, perch, and a lot of these type of fish like the same diet because they're living in the same water. But if you come down and fish this stream here, right, we're using, all you need, the simplest little thing is to just go get yourself a small little hook. Just like this. This is a straight shank, but you don't even need that, but this is a perfect little thing to use, a straight shank hook. And you can just put on a couple different, you can put one wax worm on and you can run it right up the hook. Just thread it right on and you can run it right up. And put it all the way up and thread it all the way to the top. So you can see it looks like it's just crawling, just floating in the water. You can see its little head right there. Then you can take another one and you can just pop it right through, and it looks like there's a couple little wax worms that are just floating in the water. And the nice thing is you always want to make it so it doesn't, barely the hook is showing, so that the fish don't have a lot of time to inspect it. And so now look at how enticing that is. Now we're using a basic small little slip float, where all you need to do is take the little silicone tubing, and you can ultimately pop that off, and then you can take your float out. So if you need to go bigger based on how much weight you're going to be fishing with, you can adjust sizes. But this is super easy. You can go to any tackle shop in the area and they carry this kind of stuff. And so you just run your line through before you go and tie your hook up, and you can just have these little pieces of tubing sitting inside there. And then you can take the bottom one, and then you now can also adjust the depth. So if the water's really deep where the fish are sitting, you can always just adjust your flow so that you can put it right where the fish are. And then you put a little weight on it so the thing will sit perfect. This is the ideal line. So you put just enough weight on it so it will float right up around where the white line is. And then when a fish hits, it'll just go doink underwater and you pull it up. What I also like to do is I take these little micro swivels, which what's nice about it is that they keep your line from twisting. So this will just spin freely, so none of this stuff will cause your main line to get twisted up. This is just a regular ugly stick. What you do is just go to your local bait shop and they'll have whatever working in the area. This is a 2-piece. I like to use this for perch fishing. It's a 6-foot. It's medium action, 6 to 15 pound line test. It's just a basic little spinning reel that I paired up with it. This is a Daiwa 2500. It's a nice little reel that fits perfect. Make sure if you go to a tackle shop that they put just enough line on it so you can get nice casts. Because if you don't have enough line, it's going to catch along the edge here and you're not going to be able to cast very well. If I was really new at fishing, I would go to a tackle shop and get a nice small hook, get some wax worms, get some spikes, maybe some worms, salted minnows like we just showed here, and then get some small little BB shot, just enough so that you can then get a small float, and then go and use the smallest presentation you can, because that will get you bit. The reason I'm choosing to go here is because this right here is fine, but you've got all these branches. So
it's a lot more clear over here, and it's harder to get snagged.
Keep your bail open, and now you're getting what's called a natural drift. You can also walk with it here too, which is nice and easy. You can just walk down the stream with it and then just pull it out when it gets right up in front of that log jam. And don't be surprised if you don't get a bite. Now you take it right here. See the stream right there? Now what I'm doing, Stella, I'm opening my bail, letting the line come out. And now I'm pulling it off to the side because it got in the main current. Now you can let it drift right in here behind these logs. And then now see right there, and then I flip the bail, and then I bring it up, and you can bring it like this. Now watch this. I bring it back part way, and then I open the bail again. Because we know there's fish sitting right around in here, right? So then you bring it up, you can bring it over this way now. And you can just kind of work the shore in all different ways without having to bring it all the way back. And now the fish are like, oh wow, is all this bait coming through? And then I bring the bail over again. Now mind you, if there's a lot of people here, you can't do that. But see, now it's drifting right into this back pocket. And a lot of times these fish are sitting back in behind those logs, because then things are going to swim through. We're a little bit ahead of it. So now we're going to take this big old one right here, and we're going to just pop it right through its eyes. And then now, look at that.
Do not want to be that way.
Well, he was already previously salted. So it looks like he's eating one of the wax worms. So this could be a really good one. So you want to come back over here? You want to do it? Take it from here. It's all yours. Okay, it's all yours. Now remember, when you want to close it, close the bail by hand like this. Watch it swimming along, Skylar, like this. Now when you want to stop it, just close it like this.
Yeah, I know. How
okay,
to close.
okay. tail's closed.
Oh yeah.
Flip the bail by hand. There you go. Now bring it, flip the rod. Okay, there you go. Now start reeling it in. Push the rod this way. Okay, start reeling it in. Real fast here. Okay. Now once you get up to here, now open your bail again. And now you're getting another drift. See? And so if the fish are sitting along the shore at all, oh, it went under, flip the bail. That's probably ground, but it's a good, that's what a strike looks like. So you got it out, and then you just take it like this, nice and flip, quick and flip, and then you put it right there again, and then you just let it drift along, just like that. And then look, you got it going right on the edge of that current, and then you just flip the bail, bring it back in. And this is gonna be a game changer. You will so catch fish using this stuff.
Let's get fish.
No pun.
I hope you enjoyed this video vision with my daddy. That's some advice for kids. And like, subscribe, watch more videos. Bye.